Good Wednesday morning, meteorologist Dean Davison from the Weather Pros, Responding Fire and Live Weather Blogs. We're going to be talking about the weather over the next couple of days and what we're going to see potentially with the tropics here coming up over the next few days. So you see here we have one tropical system going to be moving out. This system right here will be mainly moving in this generalized direction as we get this cold front coming in. That's kicking this out to sea. That's how that's all working, why that's doing that. So that's moving out because of this cold front, which will be moving in through Wednesday. You may see some influence and heavier rainfall along the Massachusetts-Connecticut coast, indirect mix of the cold front and the tropical system. The thing will then move further out. And as you see here, combines with this as it becomes extra tropical and moves out. We're watching this right down here. This is Dorian. Dorian looks at this time with the latest models to move in somewhat of this direction, and then potentially in something such as that, we'll go closer into Dorian here soon as we move on, because it's not going to be captured very well by the next front. High pressure will move it the way it needs to move, but it won't be exactly a great move here. As you see, it's getting stronger as it gets towards the Bahamas. More precipitation. The next front's way out in the Midwest, and that's going to be what eventually steers it, but it's going to take a while to get there as we move towards the day and towards the end of the week. As we head towards Sunday, this is going to get interesting. So a lot of models put it here, but now the models have shifted it a little bit further to the north. So what I want everybody to pay attention to is anywhere from Delaware all the way down here. We need to be on the lookout to see where this moves, because this is a little bit of a northward shift. It's not quite a trend yet, so that's something we got to keep an eye on. What's the trend? If the trend is the way it is, here's the other problem. If this happens like it states it's going, like this model states, the problem is it's going to get stronger. This will be a hurricane making landfall somewhere in the Carolinas on this latest run. That's not good. So that, like I said, a movement like this, you're looking at Cat 1. This could crank up even heavier if it moves further north. That's the issue that we see right now with Dorian. But as you see, this thing does start taking a jog with this high pressure back here towards the Carolina coast. So it would be more of a shift like that with this latest model. And like I said, just have to watch for trends. This is not exactly what's going to happen, but something like this will disrupt the Outer Banks. It still would be September 4th, my birthday. We'd be looking at winds here up and down the East Coast. I don't know how strong. It depends on its position. Like I said, would be a hurricane at this point. It's all dependent on where it makes landfall, where the turn takes place. If it comes down here through Florida and then makes a turn, because that's pretty much, I see three tracks I want to throw out here, which I've been seeing. Which was, one is making this landfall here, then making a turn to the north and the east, because it would get that turn. The second one goes a little further north and makes a turn. The third one is what you're seeing here. Comes in here, scoots the coastline, and turns north and east. And depending on how big this becomes as it starts weakening, and it's spread out of winds, also will be dependent. So there's a potential for some by next Tuesday, Wednesday timeframe in the northeast area to have some kind of effects from this, depending on its track. Everything's dependent on its track. That's the other thing. This is one model. Like I said, we still have some time to look at it. But your interest between Florida and the East Coast, it needs to be on the increase with the potential of this system, because the next front will kick it out to sea, and that would be good. But the problem there is we're getting all these low pressure systems stalling. So another low could form here in the Gulf of Mexico, which would then move up in this direction. Could become tropical. We'll have to see. This is, like I said, a ways out, but this is just things that have started to show up on the radar, on the computer model data, and it's something we need to watch very closely. So when we talk about the next couple of days, and like it shows here, if this occurred, it would do sort of what I had just pointed out, which is have that. Let me pull this out. Would have that low pressure system make landfall here and then basically move up. I don't know why I did that. Basically move up somewhat. God, I hate that it's doing that. It keeps doing a sounding for some reason. And I'm trying to get this so I can draw on it. Would move up in somewhat in this direction by the late part of next week. So that's a couple possible potential things to happen. But until then, we look at temperatures that actually warm up after tomorrow into the mid 80s, maybe 88 Friday and Saturday. But here's the thing with 88, we're looking at post cold front. We're talking about lower humidity. So this actually would be interesting. It would be nice for the area. So just a bunch of things we're watching. Tropics have become more active. Maybe a quick couple day forecast here for the Franklin County, Bedford County area. I figure before we do that, we'll show you what the latest models show. And as I said, it's pretty good that we have a low pressure system sitting here sometime by Saturday evening. So will it move north? Will it move a little further to the west? Times will tell. This is all the models combined together. Let's move backwards to another run of models, which is the GFS ensemble members. That actually brings it into South Carolina, North Carolina. So, and some of them actually bring it further west. It would affect the Carolina, so we have to watch that. Let's move back again and take some more look. I just like throwing all the models to you so you can see what's going on. Canadian would be a little further east. Well, this is the least of the models. A lot of the models still pushing it further west. So that's just a Canadian run, which is actually the outlier right now. So the forecast. First, let's take a look at the radar satellite image, and then the National Hurricane Center forecast, and then we'll look at the forecast locally. This is your National Hurricane Center forecast. As you see, it does have it right now as a hurricane on the Florida coastline by Sunday. Satellite imagery show this is actually looking better than it has looked over the last day or so. It's actually a really beautiful storm on a satellite image. I gotta say that. Starting to kick in. It's trying to load all its. Let me see if I can stop it before. I'm trying to get it so I can show you an image. It's trying to load its imagery, reload. But let's see. Look at that storm. It really is really good. I'm gonna pull this little. The reason I say the low pressure systems right inside here. Let me pull this up. Oh, geez, this is always gonna be a pain in the butt. Anyway, lows inside this center circulation. Great outflow here. Very healthy storm. Looks like it'll probably continue to be a pretty healthy storm as it heads in to the islands. Here's Puerto Rico. That's going to be a problem because that's moving right towards Puerto Rico. So Puerto Rico is going to get it pretty good. The islands are back here. So Puerto Rico looks to get a pretty strong system, probably a strong tropical storm, possibly low and hurricane by the time it reaches there. So your forecast locally will look like this. 86 with chance of showers early in the morning, then clearing out. 83 Thursday, 88 Friday, 88 Saturday. But this is good. It's low humidity. As we head into Sunday, clouds may increase with chance of showers. And definitely we had to watch tropicals for the beginning of next week. But beautiful weekend looks to be coming on tap, so enjoy it while you can. Meteorologist Dean Davison, the Weather Pros, responding fire. Have a great day, and we'll talk again soon.